All right, welcome to our used 2013 Solaire 25BHSS. Starting right in your back bumper here, if you just kind of reach in, pull that cap on out of there. Inside of the back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears and the adapter here. It's helping hooking it up to your sewer system. And the sewer hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Just keeping it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit, keep things that bit fresher, and that cap just kind of presses back into place. In this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you're going to find these stabilizer jacks. All they do is they run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bounce or sway that you see you got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. Let's step forward and get your shore cord inlet. So your shore cord, of course, will be much longer than this one, but it'll work the same way. You get a little notch in the front there. It's going to line up with that notch in the bottom corner. Press those in, little 1/8 turn will lock it into place, then you'll have a threaded collar there to lock it down permanently. Following the cord back, you're going to find a standard 30 amp end there. Most campsites have that for you. You can just plug straight on in and you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Another step forward to get your sewer system. So that cap there, you're just going to kind of press on it, give it a turn, it'll pop on out of there. Has the same ears on it that your sewer hose had, just it'll attach the same way. We're just pressing it in, turning it until it locks. On the left, you get a black valve. Sorry, on the left, you get a gray valve. On the right, you get another gray valve. Those are going to be for both of your, for your rear kitchen, as well as your rear bathroom, and it will also be your toilet on one of these as well. Right, so the toilet one is actually straight in the back there. We have another valve that's kind of right up top here. That's going to be for your toilet. You pull that one first. Of course, it's going to be your dirtiest water. Once that's done, you can do the two grays. Towards the front of the unit here, you get this little scare light. Has a little switch there underneath it. Coax inlets for your shore cord, for your cable and satellite inlets, and just power up at your TV location. City water connection here, water hose plugs into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up, pressurize the lines throughout the unit. On the left is your fresh water connection, same water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that fills up your fresh water tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of that vent there, and the drain is just right underneath here. You can see that big white valve there, currently open, just letting itself drain out. Inside of your storage compartment, you're going to find your shore cord. So you're going to see that one end there, get that threaded collar, 30 amp end at the back. Converter, so your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard outlet. And then you do also get the power cord here. There is another adapter in there as well. 25-foot water hose, pretty standard. Once we get inside, I'll be able to show you kind of the water system here. You do have a water filter system in there, so I'll kind of show you that once we get inside. Around to the front of the unit, you get another little outside light here. Right, battery is housed inside of this box right there. As long as you're plugged into that shore cord in the back or your 7-pin up front, your battery will be charging. Customers also opted to go with the weight distribution hitch, so we just got those two hangers up front here for you with the sway control installed on the side here as well. Two little knobs there. If you loosen those off and push them back, you can open it up. You get access to your propane tanks. For the video, I'll just put it straight off, and then we can show you that changeover in the back here. So it's currently pointing to this tank. We're running off this tank here. As we turn it on, you'll see it go green. Just letting us know we've now got propane in the system. Right, if it were to go red while you got it open, that's just letting you know that tank's now empty. At that point, just close it off. Flip the change over to the other tank, run off of that one while you get the other one filled. In front's your standard tongue jack, one way's up, other way's down. Other end of the unit here, we get the other side of your storage compartment. Inside of here, you're going to find that weight distribution hitch, as well as the sway control and all of the kind of pins to go with it. Down the side, get that little T-latch there, would just sit in the door there, just holds it open for you while you're using the unit. Exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running your furnace, just make sure it's not blocked off. It does get hot. Straight up from there, you'll find your stove vent, right? So of course, fan inside to evacuate any sort of fumes from our stove. You just want that flap here opened up to allow that fan to evacuate those fumes. Once you're done, just tucking those two ears back in. That'll prevent any dust from picking up in there while you're out traveling. Above that, you get your porch light. There's a little light, or another switch inside to turn that on. Exterior speakers are right up above it. Vent for your fridge here, nothing really there for you to worry about, pretty much just venting. Little drain there for that freezer as well, perfectly normal to see some water dripping out of there. Cable and satellite outlet. Put that little plug out, there we go. And a power outlet there for it as well, so if you want TV outside, you got the power to do so. Right in the back, just a little storage compartment there, pretty much wide open. And then right to the back of the unit, you're gonna find your hot water tank. So you get that keyway there, you're gonna line that up and then you can pop it on open. Control for turning it on with electricity, a little switch down there. For turning it on with propane, we have a switch inside the unit. Before turning it on with either source though, you just want to hit this relief valve right there. You should get a shot of water coming out. If you're not getting any water coming out, there is a chance that it's empty and you do run the risk of burning out your elements if you were to turn it on. So you just want to make sure it's full before firing it up. Once you're done, just lock it back down with that keyway. exterior shower here. So you'll get a key just like this little guy there. Stick it on in, open her up. Standard 3-foot hose with hot and cold water. So if you've got the dog out getting muddy, you can spray him off before he goes inside. Once you're done, just kind of tuck stuffing that hose back in there, tuck the handle underneath and lock it back down. Right. And then also just right in the back center here is a little propane outlet. So if you wanted to get yourself like a little barbecue or something, you can hook up right into there. Now we'll make our way inside of the unit here. Your assist handle just up 90 degrees and it'll fall into place. Then you can open up your door. For your steps, you're just going to grab this bar, pull it on out, flip those last steps over, and you can make our way inside. So as we come in, first things first, right on the left there, you get your fire extinguisher. That's standard. Pull the pin, point, and shoot. Straight up the wall from there, you're going to find all your light switches. So the scare light there is just going to do your little porch light on the driver's side of the unit. Porch light does that one amber light there. Living room lights will do all your interiors. Awning is on this switch here. Press and hold extend, and that awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little black flap come down, I believe. Might also be white. We'll see once we get there. Once you see that, you're going to stop. If you're to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric would be underneath the tube, allowing it to hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So your flap is black on this one. We'll just bring it back in a little bit, and then we should be able to see it there. Right, there it is. Right, and then once you saw that gray tube, you're going to stop right there. You can see the awning lights there as well, which once upon a time must have been nice. Then you're going to press and hold the track, and the awning will make its way back in. Well, once that awning is in all the way, it'll just kind of stop automatically. If it were to start raining, it's of course going to be holding some water. This awning is designed to automatically dump any sort of water though, so just kind of as the weight is increased, you'll notice one arm will kind of sag down, allowing the water to run off. And then if you also wanted to adjust your pitch on your awning while you're out camping, just to get yourself a bit more shade, there's a little quick pin right there. You'd just be pressing that in with it fully extended, then you can retract your legs, just kind of change the pitch of the awning out at the head. Your slide outs are right beside that switch. Press and hold out and the slide will make its way out. Once that slides out all the way, you'll just hear some clicks in the motors, so they've reached their stall. Once you hear those, we'll let go of the switch. Sorry, it's cable style of slide, so once it's out all the way, it's just going to kind of stop in place. There we go. More along the bottom there, get your water heater switch. You turn that switch on, you get that little red light there letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light's going to go out. It's going to try that 3 times. If after the 3rd try it still hasn't fired up, this light's going to come on and stay on. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. So stood right here, you can hear the whir of the flame. We know that tank is good. Water pump switch is on the left. You turn that switch on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of a fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Monitor systems up top. On the far left, you have batteries. You can see we're currently charging voltage. As it goes down, it will of course come down. Fresh tank, as you fill that up, we'll go to a 1/3, 2/3, and full. Same idea for your black and your gray tanks. Into the front bedroom here. Down the left wall, your light switch is just right up on the wall there. TV backer right up above it. Power outlet there for it as well. And if we pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to that front storage compartment. And over here is where you're going to find that water filter setup as well as your water pump. So if you're looking to winterize the unit yourself once it comes time, it's just kind of all right there. Emergency exit here. You're pulling this red tab to get rid of the screen. Take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. Storage right up above the bed. And all just wide open. Same thing on the other side. In the head of the bed is a little reading light. You also have a power outlet up in the top corner there. And then just a little closet space on this side here. Your entertainment area, or your thermostat here actually. So bottom bar, bottom button is going to be our on and off switch. It's first going to come into fan speed. Typically we're just going to leave that in auto, unless of course we're just looking to move some air around. Then you can select your high or low fan. Again though, typically just leave that in auto. After fan, if you hit mode again, it'll come down into cool. We'll turn on the air conditioner. With your air conditioner going, you got 2 different options. You can have this louver here closed, in which case we'd be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air. Or you can open it up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want that open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then you can close it off, start moving the air throughout. Hit mode again after cool, it'll come down into furnace and turn off the air conditioner, turn on our furnace. Temp selection at any point, just with your plus and minus there. Furnace will be moving its air through all your little portals that you have up on the walls. You'll see it back by that back bunk there as well. And then after furnace, you just hit that bottom bar again. It'll come down into off and just turn everything back off. TV there, left behind by the previous owner. It is all hooked up, so you got your power set up. You'll have your antenna outlet right in the center here. Turning that antenna on, you just get that little button there, turns on that little green light letting you know it is turned on. Right up above it is a 12-volt outlet, so if you had a 12-volt TV, you can still plug in there. Then you have your cable and satellite outlet in the bottom here, and then you have your RGB cables, sorry, your AV cables that are hooked into your stereo to give you surround sound. Stereo itself is pretty straightforward. You get your power button right there. You get all of your inlets through mode, where is it? It's been a while since we've used this. I think it was this one. Either way, you do also have the remote for it right here, as well as the TV remote. A little bit of storage down underneath. Into the slide out, you get your lights here, just on their own switches. The couch here does recline, of course. Just kind of taking the bottom there, folds down to your bed. And then to recline it, just little pull tabs on either end there. Open storage right up above it. Then in your dinette, you can see is currently set up as the dinette. Light up above it, push button right in the side. If you're to take the table here, wiggle it up and out of its, if you're to fold down this table, so it's just got the two little straps there. There's 4 little blocks here that the table will then sit onto. You'll take your back cushions, fill in the center. That'll create your bed. There is also the little storage compartments underneath those dinette seats. In the kitchen here, you'll find that pouch has all of your owner's manuals, any remotes, anything like that. You're gonna find right in there. Little service light underneath it, so you can get to your sink. All right, the sink cover is just soft plastic, so nothing hot on it. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. Storage underneath. That's kind of a return air for your furnace. If you're ever running a furnace, just make sure it's not blocked off. All right. For the stove, you're going to take that knob over to light, hit it with a sparker, and just as it clears all the air out of the propane line, she'll fire up for us. There we go. Right. Once you're done, just turning it all back off. For the oven, you're going to pop it on open, turn that knob over to that pilot, press and hold, grab a lighter, and then right in the back, again, just as it clears the air out of the line. There we go. Once you have it going, you just hold that knob for another couple of seconds, then you can release and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she'll fire right up. Once you're done, turn it back down just a pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're going traveling, you want to make sure it's right off. Up from there, you'll find your stove vent, so you get a light as well as that fan. That's that fan that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. Microwave right up above it. Previous owner also left the paper dispenser, so we left that here for you as well. For your fridge, pretty straightforward. You get your power button on the left there. Button on the right is your mode. So within auto, it's first looking for AC power. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. If you're out boondocking and you want it to run solely on gas, you're going to have that button come out over flush. It'll fire up just on gas. That check light there would come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Freezer up top, fridge down low, temp selection in the top right corner there. Power converter, press the top and center, it'll pop on open. You get all of your breakers in the middle here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the center, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. Fuses are all on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you get that little red light right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. LP detector, propane's heavier than air, sits on the floor. This guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Smoke detector itself is kind of straight up from there, right by the back bunks here. There we go. GFI protected outlet right underneath it. Test on the left, reset in the center. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. The 2 bunk spaces, pretty well identical. You get the little light up on the side there, little window over there. Same thing down low. Right. And then into the back bathroom, your light switch over on the left there. Toilet flips on open, you get your flusher front and center. A little bit of storage space in the back corner here. Toilet paper dispenser there. Medicine cabinet. Hot and cold water, of course. A bit more storage underneath it. And then in the shower, you get your standard head and hose, hot and cold water, of course. Simple as that. All right. So that is about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.